Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video we'll be going through a unboxing of the Portanova. This will be a dark grey variant, and Portanova is one of the many suits under the 30 Minutes Missions series, and this particular kit was released back in 2019 by good old Bandai. So taking a little bit of a step back through memory lane, just to finish off some unboxings of some of the earlier 30-minute missions kits that I still have in their boxes, which would then basically put me in a state where hopefully I'll have everything pretty much snipped out and ready to build. So trying to keep this one relatively quick because I think I've done at least one Portanova in the past. Front of the box with the Portanova dark grey. So there we have the Portanova in the dark grey scheme. I'm assuming it'll be a dark grey and a black primary secondary colour. We'll see. And then some different Portanovas in the background. Bottom of the box. So in the early days, had some steps regarding the instructions, which is always nice to see, as well as how to build and everything. And this was basic. This is actually kit number 5 of the lot, so this is going back a little bit, especially given we're at the end of 2022. This came out in 2019. 2 to 3 years, coming up to 4. It's been a while. Yeah, there you go. So it's interesting how their packaging has changed over the years. Here we have some action shots of the Portanova, also highlighting some of the articulation that the kit will have and some of those different customized options that we grow to appreciate, especially in the later releases. Top of the box, well, another side of the box, just going through a few more Portanova customizations. Inside, so we'll have a manual. Interesting how this is at the top. And we'll have the 2 bags of runners. So I'll free everything from the bags and then we can have a quick look at what's included. And here we have the front of the manual for the Portanova Dark Grey. So it is interesting how things have changed over the years in terms of what's now in the manuals. So here we just have some of the customization steps. There's some marking locations, since we do get a marking sheet, and then some of the other lineup at the time. So a few different colored Portanovas, dark grey, green and red, and some of the option parts. So that's the front of the manual. The back being just a quick guide of how to put everything together and how generally simplistic it was meant to be. Parts list back in the day. So this is the first iteration of the, I believe it's actually supposed to be pronounced Balon. I pronounce it as Balion, not realizing the I doesn't exist after the L, but there you go. Joys of reading. Terms of parts, 3 runners, the polycaps, which is pretty much stock standard, and the stickers. Before we go through the build, just a few points about the customization process, some of the hard points, and how you can customize it with a lot of these option sets. Otherwise, the build is pretty much as it's always been, and I'm pretty sure I have done a previous Portanova unboxing. Otherwise, it's still the basic head, body, left, right arms, waist unit. Pretty much stock standard build process for the Portanova. Really nothing too complicated. Now, if I remember correctly, this is before. So this is before they consolidated some of this. I know the Spinatios tend to have a very quick section with the building of the basic suit before the armor edition. So just a little bit before then, ahead of its time. But yeah, nonetheless, this will still be an easy build. So that's the included manual. In terms of the marking transfers, just a series of numbers and a few different letters. So if you're into army building, good way to distinguish your suits. As for the runners, try and keep this relatively quick. Multicolor A runner, grey, black, translucent blue. Pretty sure we're getting quite used to seeing this particular type of runner. Back in the day, what used to be the universal B runner, there is a bit that has fallen loose, but that's okay. It is happily in the box. So this, I believe, is in black. The C runner, which is in grey, pretty much has the weapons, some of the back attachments and things like that. And then lastly, the Polycat, which is pretty much stock standard of almost every single 30-minute missions kit I have actually opened, which is still only a fraction of them, but there you go. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Dark Grey Portanova. I'll have a product link to this at HobbyLink Japan, as well as the other 30-minute missions line as well, which is pretty much where I get most of my Playmo these days. I'll also include probably a card or two back to either some previous Portanova unboxings. Otherwise, there will be a link somewhere to the other 30-minute missions that I have done. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below, as well as the aforementioned product links. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.